Video is starting. Okay, hello everybody. Another Friday. This week actually went by really quickly. Um, yeah. So let's just unpack the week. Let me know how was your guys' week? What was going on? Anything interesting? For myself, it was so funny. I had a bit of a chuckle. And so my big guy, you know what, guys? I missed last week. I apologize for that. My big guy had the week before, I can't remember. I'm sure I mentioned it. Had this arthritis happen and leg muscle issue, low back thing going on. And I was actually having to sleep downstairs because he couldn't do the stairs. He was shaking in pain. I had to get a vet to come out, pain pills, blah, blah. So I ended up getting him into his regular vet. We got x-rays. Oh my goodness. He has osteoarthritis, but like his left shoulder, I don't know if you can literally see clear as day on the x-ray this one big osteomite. And that's like basically it's like if you guys he's got like a bump, an actual on his joint. It's like an actual like speed bump in there. So if he turns the wrong way, that little nodule is just like grinding into his poor little joint. So that left shoulder's a little bit nasty, to be honest. His right one actually looks really good. So that was good. But his legs, I did last week, partially this week, my full-time job was just basically following him around, getting him to me to stand up and move around every once in a while, and massaging his legs, a little bit of his low back every time he relayed down because his muscles were so tight. So what happens is in his low back, he has vertebrae that are fusing together and it tends to pinch off the nerves. And when the low back is unstable and the nerves are pitching, the legs try and tighten up to support that, right? And so his leg muscles are just clenching. The unfortunate part is they've been clenching for so long that when he lays down, they're no longer relaxing. They are like spasming and staying tight. And anyone who has had their back go out or had sciatic pain or anything like this, like that this is no joke. It's very painful. And so yeah, I had literally just been following him around, massaging him and trying to work all that out. And then I had just this week, he had an acupuncture appointment on Tuesday. And I don't want to poo poo on her or anything. She's very good. She's helped him become pain free in the past. And we just had this incident happen, flared everything up again. So we got him in with her. Instead of doing the acupuncture, she ends up doing ultrasound on his legs, which is awesome. If you guys have ever done physio yourself, if you've ever like had an injury, strain, maybe a broken bone that you have to do the physio for rebuilding the muscle and stuff, ultrasound therapy is amazing. I do love it. But then she ends up putting him in this big magnetic tube and putting magnets on them. I don't know if I'll be able to show you guys properly, but I did take a picture. I don't know if this will come up properly on the camera, but this guy was so funny. Oh, here he is. So I don't know if you can see that properly, guys. He's in his big old tube, magnet tube, and he didn't really care for that. I think it was tingling him. I think it was giving him some really weird sensations. And so the day after, that day he was good. And when we went to the acupuncturist appointment, I had gotten him to the point where we did not have any pain pills during the day, just a minor pain pill at night, just to make sure everyone could actually sleep. Because Lord help me, I hadn't slept more than like 4 hours in like 2 weeks. So yes, I definitely gave my dog a pain pill to allow him to sleep so I could sleep. And so he was actually at a really good point. And then the next day, oh, so what I think happened was that tube, all the work she did on him actually relaxed his back muscles to the point where they were no longer properly supporting that spinal, I don't want to call it an injury, but the fusion. And I think it just caused a lot of pain. If you've ever had an unsupported arthritic joint, it can be, yeah, really, really painful. So we were back at shaking in pain in the morning, back with the pain pills, following him around, trying to like massage his back. I had arnica on him. I'm doing the, like I would tell all my massage clients, frequent movement without actually working. You just want to like basically get the lubrication going. So it was a lot of, hey, bud, hey, you need to get up now. Come on, let's go. And especially after the first pain pill, within the first couple hours, he's obviously feeling really good, all doped up. And he was just like, nope, nope, I'm not moving. I'm perfectly good right here. Like just passed right out. So I did have to give him a little jostle, a little cutie. But yeah, today, thankfully, because that was on Tuesday, Wednesday was really rough. Yesterday was better, and today we seem to be back on track. So, yeah, it's. I will say this is where having that emotional regulation um, really, really helps because I had worked so hard. Like I said, in about a 2 week period, I hadn't really slept for the first week till my boyfriend got home, and my boyfriend could like literally carry him up the stairs. We had to, anyway, I was sleeping downstairs with him, and I wanted to get him to our vet to get those x-rays to see what was going on in there. But while he was in such pain, I did not want to risk the stairs buggering anything up. So, and our futon down here, I'm sure it was a piece of garbage when it was brand new, and it is not brand new. So it's like no matter where you sit, no matter how you try and lay, you have a spring jabbing up somewhere. So it was interesting. So I'm saying that because when we had the day after the acupuncture and he was just like back at square one, and mentally it's a lot. It's like you just finished a project, you just got things on track, and then someone just spills the milk all over it and you're restarting. And originally I did feel that instant irritation of like, the frick, why couldn't she have just done acupuncture? Like, honest to God, I don't want to do this again. That sort of like having the anger bubble up, having the it's victim mode. Why me? Oh, we're back at square one. And having that bit of a tantrum, right? But um, talking with my boyfriend and stuff, and he's like, and I told him what I thought happened. Like, yes, if this magnetic thing did its job like it's supposed to, it might have just relaxed the muscles too much and left his fusing spine unsupported, which is not a great idea. And then so he's like, oh, well, do you think maybe it's just a day or two to readjust? Which I was like, well, hopefully, like, we don't really know at this point. We'll see what happens. And it kind of got me back on track of like, well, if it did relax his muscles to that point, that is good because we need to work on building strong muscles, not having tight muscles. That's something that a lot of people get wrong. Is I've had clients in the past, massage clients in the past, that are like, oh, well, my muscle's really tight. That means it's strong, right? No, no, you can have the weakest muscle in the world, but if it's tight and atrophying and stuff, it doesn't matter how strong it is. It's just the inability of that muscle to unclench. It has nothing to do with strength. A strong, healthy muscle can relax and become nice and jiggly when it's relaxed because it's not tight. If it can't relax, it's not a healthy muscle. And I will say, having said that, yes, the vast majority of us adults have a lot of unhealthy muscles in our bodies, especially up in here. Like for like a decade, I don't think my upper traps knew how to relax, like at all. The low back glutes, guys. Oh my goodness, the glutes. If there's one thing in the world you can do to better your physical muscular well-being, Stretch your glutes. No joke, guys. There's so much tension in there. I can easily spend an hour massaging someone's glutes because that's how tight and messed up they get. Like it is, it's just stretch your glutes. If you have a massage therapist in your life, do that person a favor, stretch your glutes. Probably your hamstrings too. Most of us sit way too much. We need to stretch the hamstrings, get the legs out straight, not in that bent chair position. Or if you like me, I'm all uh, cross-legged and we tend to bunch up when we're sitting. But yeah, so I will say I did have a moment of just being really frustrated, getting back to that square one and just being like, I can't not sleep for another couple weeks. Like, come on. But then I was like, yes, hold that phone, perspective shift. We're not back at square one. We've just taken a giant step to the side and we just need to readjust. And okay, how do we work with this new, I don't want to say problem, but new road bump, speed bump in the road, right? And yeah, so we did that. And he, like I said, he's doing really good today. So it was awesome. And we did have to order him a carrying harness. So I now get to carry, oh, pardon me, carry my lovely big guy. Thankfully, he does not weigh as much as he used to. He used to be almost 100 pounds at one point in his youth when he had all his big muscles and stuff like that. Now he's more like about 70 pounds, which is good. So I literally have to throw him over my shoulder and carry him up the stairs like a duffel bag. It is, I mean, it's not funny, but it is hilarious. I never thought that would be a thing. So here we are. Yeah. So I don't know, have you guys ever had anything like that? The let's say regression's not quite the right word, but the like, oh, did that just happen? Come on. But it's all about taking that breath, that power pause, reframing, change that perspective, getting back on track, that realigning, getting back on track. And yeah, that kind of brings us to today. I had, oh, my little Cisa, Lord love her. My doodle, my goodness, with her, that was another thing we had. So we bought her some Chinese herbs. The acupuncturist calls it basically a Chinese chemo. It's called stasis breaker. And I think she's got Wei Qi to go along with it. So turns out this girl cannot process these Chinese herbs. Like she literally cannot digest them. So that was another trial and error. Thank God I know what digestive enzymes are, and we actually happened to have some in the house for them when we were working on getting rid of their yeast issues. And so I have gone down the rabbit hole of finding good digestive enzymes in Mexico. Thankfully, I was successful. They have been ordered. But yes, if you guys do not know about intolerances, a lot of people mistake intolerance. They don't really know what it is. They think allergy. So, for example, I have an intolerance to tomatoes. And a lot of people like gluten intolerant. We hear this, but a lot of people don't really know what that means. Intolerance means that your body literally does not have the appropriate enzymes needed to break down the lipids or whatever is in that food. Like you literally cannot digest that whatever you have. So for me, like the tomatoes, my body cannot break down a tomato. So it just kind of jumbles around, and that's where you get the where people think it's an allergy because it makes you really sick. You get the bloating, you get the IBS type stuff. Like it's really quite painful and quite terrible, and you best be at home when it happens because it's not good. I know my mom has a seafood allergy. So when she eats shellfish, she will be in bed. Similar thing where she's like the gas, the bloating, the severe pain. She has to have medication for it because her um, digestive system, it's like it just gets thrown out of whack with this allergic response. but it involves different processes. And for her, it lasts days because it's like being stung by a bee, right? It takes a while to get the toxins out of the system. Your body has to come down. Like it's this whole response, right? Whereas the intolerance, your body just needs to get rid of that thing that it cannot digest at all. I will say it does have other side effects. Like one of my clients, she will get like, I would call them like little gluten bumps where her body's just trying to get rid of the toxin through the skin and stuff like that. But again, it seems lactose intolerant. You cannot digest it. It ends badly. We all know or have heard of that, right? So my poor little girl is Chinese herb intolerant. So it was a bit of a process whittling that down and then getting running out of our Chinese enzymes and Chinese running out of our Canadian enzymes that I had. So those I knew how much she had to have. I was used to working with them, so to speak. And then when I found some here, which by the way, they are the pet pharmacy where I had to buy these supplementary ones till my tub comes in next week, ridiculously expensive. You get these 20 tiny little tablets for like $40. Well, it turns out for what she needs to at her size and stuff to properly like not have her having the poops, she needs 4 tablets for one meal. Anyway, thank God iHerb exists. I don't know if that's strictly a Mexico thing or if America has it. But oh, thank God for that. I order a lot off iHerb. If you are in America, I don't know if you've ever checked it out, but they have pet stuff, they have human stuff. It is ridiculously well priced. That's where I get their fungi. We have them. Tuco's on turkey tail mushrooms, Cease's on reishi mushrooms, and I order them off this iHerb, and everything comes out of California. So it's shipped down here, and they have, I think her digestives I just ordered for her, I think they're coming out of Texas. So lots of good stuff there. So I assume if it's being shipped out of the States, you probably have this in the States. And like I said, the prices are really, really good. So just throwing that out there, guys. Oh, there's the big guy having a good stretch. It's always good when they stretch. So yeah, that's what else did we have this week? Well, side note, we're back to our Temper Neo today. It's my Pata Negra. It is just a really good weekend wine. It's just nice, something to just sip on. It's not very expensive. You're not like having this, pairing it with this. I mean, you could pair it with a beautiful steak if you wanted to, but it's not necessarily your highest end wine. But it's nice to just sit back, put your feet up, maybe watch a movie, and just have a nice glass of wine for no reason except you're just unwinding. This is your guy. I think it's like $10, 10 Canadian dollars, which is probably like 7 or 6 US dollars. And it does go on sale for like 8 Canadian dollars. So for that cheap of a price, it is a really good wine for that cheap. So I love it. It's my go-to. And yeah, what did we have? Oh, unwinding. I tell you, I am looking forward to the weekend. I'm going to go get out in my yard this weekend. And I got all my floors washed yesterday. So that was really good. Sometimes you just need to pick up the slack during the week to give yourself that extra time on the weekends. That's what I think anyway. I do love well, you know what? That's a good segue into getting out of I was so stuck in my boxes, my rigid, have to do this, have to do that. Oh, Sundays we clean, Saturdays we this. Like I was so hyper scheduled. That was honestly from being controlling. If you've ever heard me talk about before, my stress and anxiety days, and when we get so stressed, like we're overwhelmed chronically all the time. We're just super stressed out. I always visualize it. It's like being in wild rapids, like without a life vest. You are just bobbling around in these rapids. And so we learn to become control freaks. And that trying to be controlling and control everything around us is like when we're in those rapids and we're trying to reach out for a branch or a rock or anything to keep our heads above water. That's us being controlling. Like, because we feel our lives are so out of control that our only hope to survive is to trying to control everything else around us, which is hilarious because that is so backwards, because the only thing we can truly control is ourselves. But instead, we try and just control everything around us that is actually out of our control, which actually builds more and adds more stress and anxiety and overwhelm to the pile, which gets me into that self feeding negative loop. Anyway, that's a whole thing. I don't want to get all coachy on here. I won't talk too much about that today. But if you've ever been in that cycle, it's that creating more drama and honestly just doing more dumb things that add more stress, add more anxiety, add more crap to the pile to keep us in that survival mode. So that's why I have broken out of that. The chains of the schedule are off. Don't get me wrong. I obviously you have to schedule like your work with you 9 to 5. For me, it's scheduling the sessions with clients and things I have to do, appointments for them. Obviously, there are things that do have to be scheduled. But other than that, I try and keep part of me. I try and keep everything very flowy and very like allow a lot of freedom to what do I feel like doing today? Because if I have a bad night where who knew that he was gonna have this issue and he was gonna need me up. I think one of the nights I was up for 2 hours with him, trying to get him settled, relieve his pain, get him comfortable. I, I couldn't have predicted that. So I know like the next day, obviously I'm really tired. And hey, if I can fit in a nap, that would be amazing. So I leave things open. And there was what was this? I can't remember what Audible it was. I listen to a lot of Audibles. That's almost all my personal growth, all my learning stuff comes from Audibles. And they said it was in order to be our most productive, the best thing we can do is instead of time blocking, like, or like, I have to do content for this hour here, and I need to edit videos for this hour here, instead of breaking it down into those minute things, which can really seem very constrictive and boxed in, to just give 4 hours for, I'm going to work on content today. That's it. And then that allows our creativity to flow. I don't know if you guys have ever had this experience, but for me, usually I'm more creative in the morning. I like to get everything done before noon. And then if I do things afterwards, yay me. If I don't and I'm exhausted and I have the time to do nothing, yay me. But there have been times where, because I'm usually up at like 5, 6 a.m. By 10 a.m., I still haven't done anything because maybe I'm tired. I was up with him all night or whatever. I'm just not feeling it. So maybe I'm going to do other things. Like maybe I'm going to clean a bit around the house. Maybe I'm going to, do the laundry, like putter around, stuff like that. And then maybe I've had where the creativity bug kind of hits me more around 11. Okay, now I'm going to get all my content. Now I'm going to work on my reels. I'm going to edit something, whatever it might be, right? But to leave that ability to flow so I don't have to force. Because if you guys have ever forced yourself to do work, content, whether it's projects, write a report, like your heart's not in it and you're not doing a very good job and you know it. You're getting it done to get it done. So by leaving myself more open, allow that feminine flow when I'm into it and I'm doing well, awesome. I've had times where I've literally scheduled an entire month's worth of content in a couple of hours because I've just been like so on it. And like this week, where I'm still trying to catch up on my naps, my energy, figure I still haven't made bread. I have no bread. I need to make bread today, maybe tomorrow. Um, I posted for today. I have images ready to go, thankfully, but I have nothing scheduled past today because I haven't really been in it. I haven't felt like it. In the moments I get today's post done, and then usually by the end of that, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm over it. And then maybe I edit some reels or something after that, but I haven't actually made and written posts and scheduled that content in no since this guy decided to he didn't decide. That's unfair. Since he had his incident and we've had to take care of him. And that's okay because whatever. I still get everything done. It will get done. It always gets done. And yeah, it'll be what it'll be. So yeah, that's been my week. Fans, I have also gotten very creative with fans around here because when the big guy, when he is in pain, obviously pain causes a lot of heat, and my beautiful girl with her prednisone and chemo treatments, she is right now permanently hot always. And let me tell you, it is to the point where if I keep the AC on so that they are comfortable, I'm cold. Like I start getting cold. Like I might have to put pants on. I should not have to put pants on when it's 40 degrees outside. Like that is ridiculous. So I have learned to I did get very creative with floor. I have my tower fan, floor fan, we got the ceiling fan, I got all the fans. We are good. We are good. So that was some good problem solving. But yeah, I will say guys, it's in the past couple weeks I have made very good use out of that. Something happens, something comes at me. Ugh, okay, power pause, big breath, shake it out. How are we going to solve this? And just, it is what it is, right? Really good at that. I will say, I am toot my own horn, but I am really proud of myself. I definitely, it's been really good, partially for me just to really prove, I mean, maybe to you guys, but really prove that what I help people with, the advice I give, the tools and techniques that I advise other people to do, I put in my posts, I put in my reels, my videos, all that. I literally use them myself and they work. Like they work so well. Um, this is again one of those things where, I would have crumbled. Old me, stressed out me, having to deal with everything with the lymphoma baby over there. And then to have him have this issue, like not sleeping and all that, I'm not sure I would have handled. I think I would have really just been a bit of a puddle for sure. So I will say it is super awesome to be able to have, not that I want any more life events. I think life can stop happening for a little while. I have clients, I've heard from other people, this seems to be a universal thing. So I hope it's coming to an end because I'm kind of tired of the life happening. I'd like to not need to problem solve for a little while now, but I am very proud and happy that I have the skills. I use the skills. I can just switch in that problem solving and I come out the other side. Like every night I go to bed, massage his little legs after he gets tired. He's comfortable, hop into bed. I read, I'm happy, I'm content. Life is still good, even with all the crap going on around me. In my little world, my little bubble, life is still good. Life is always good. Well, I shouldn't say always. I'm a human being. I'll have a moment or two, but for the most part, life is good. So I'm very that's why I do this, not to again get into the coaching stuff, but that's why I do this, right? Because to be able to know that no matter what's going on, all the crap, all the this, the that, the third, it doesn't matter. You got it. You're going to handle it. You always do. You just need to take a minute and everything's going to be okay. Whatever it might be, because we don't get to control that. It's going to be okay. Right? Like, I don't know. That's it's a really, I love being in that place. It's a really good place to be. Um, so, yeah, guys, I am very glad it's Friday, though. I will say, no joke about that. I'm going to put on, oh, that's something, guys. I don't know when this show came out. I forgot to check. The Grimm, or no, it's just called Grimm. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm obsessed. It is awesome. If you haven't watched it, if you like the more supernatural stuff, I think you'll really like it. I really, really enjoy it. So if you haven't watched that, that's my little tip for, I think there's 6 seasons. It's really good. It's about like the Grimm fairy tales. They're not fairy tales. It's all real. Anyway, I won't spoil anything, but I've been loving it. I think it's really good. And that's my supernatural TV series. It's on Netflix, I think. And then yeah, so okay, guys, leave me some comments. Let me know how's your week going. How has life been happening for you? Is there been lots of things coming at you, lots of things happening? Have you been able to take those moments? Did you maybe you threw a plate at the wall? I don't know. Maybe you had a crying fit in the shower. No judgment. Like we all need to process and handle things however. And I have done a ton of work on myself. I've had time to work on myself also. So obviously, if you're not where I'm at, handling things, not letting it break me or get me down, or having those little fits I used to have, like that's who cares? Whatever you're at, where you're at, and as long as you keep working on it, you'll get there. That's the beauty of it, right? You just keep one foot in front of the other, keep working on it, and it all comes together. It really does. But let me know because I hear you. I will support you. You had that, screaming into your pillow. I support that. Been there, done that. Like I get it. So let me know how your week's been. How's the year been? Because if you're like me, like I really have a lot of optimism and hope for this year, but I'm not gonna lie, it's been trying and there's been a lot of life happening, like repeatedly, many things every month, rinse and repeat. So I know I'm not the only one because I talk to a ton of people, same things happening. So let me know how it's been. Supposedly, according to the astrology people I follow on YouTube, everything's supposed to calm down and start turning around this month. So here's hoping. But yeah, let me know how it's been for you. I'm very curious. And what are you unwinding from this week? And of course, guys, I really do. If you don't know me, I really love my wines. I'm a big fan, red and white. I hate bubbly though. I don't know. I'm really weird like that. But oddly enough, I'm getting more into the like one Christmas from Costco. They had the wine advent calendar, and it turns out it was all brut. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna hate. It turns out they're really good. I mean, I had to like mouthwash it in my mouth to get rid of the bubbles, and my boyfriend just like is so disgusted. What are you doing? You're ruining it. And I'm like, whatever. I hate bubbles. I hate carbonation. And but it's really good. Let me know if you're a bubbly type person. This is also why I don't like champagne. My favorite is Chardonnay, but I do love a good Syrah cap. So let me know if you have a favorite wine. If you're a bit of a wine, I don't say aficionado. What do they call a foodie? Would be a winey? That doesn't sound right. A wino? I think those are for alcoholics. I don't know if we have a good name. If you just love the taste of wine and you have a favorite wine, let me know. And especially brands. I love it. I'm a big Okanagan girl. There's a couple out of the Okanagan, just phenomenal. 50th parallel. I mean, don't order from them because I want all their Chardonnay, but that is literally the best Chardonnay you'll ever have, in my opinion. Um, Down by a Soyuz, so good. So good, you guys. I just love BC wine. It's so good. If you haven't had it, find it in your liquor store. So good. Anyway, I will stop it there. Let me know what your weather's like too. We're in the feels like is in the low 40s. That's Celsius, which I did Google, and that is the low 100s of Fahrenheit. So we're pretty warm. Definitely sleeping with AC, definitely running the AC during the day a bit. Try not to live in it. Guys, it really messes with my sinuses. They do not do well. The boyfriend was home and he actually got a chest cold from the AC. We are not AC people. I mean, we're going to obviously have to learn to deal with it. We are in Mexico now. But even my dogs, if we have the AC run for too long, they start like, just we're not AC friendly people. So let me know. Let me know how you are with the AC. Maybe you grew up on it and it doesn't bug you at all. I'm from Alberta. Alberta. We did not. AC was not a thing when I was a kid. If it was hot, you went in the sprinkler. That was it. There was no AC. So yeah, let me know. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend and leave me some comments, whatever they might be. And if you ever want to join me, like join me next week and we can gab together and you can like tell me your stories and stuff, I would love, love, love to do that with anyone. And I can send you a link where you can pop on here and we can gab together and hopefully get some comments there. And yeah, other than that, I will see you guys next week. Have an excellent rest of your week.